Hey legends, it's only about 6 hours or so until kickoff, and we've just heard the news that the Kohler is looking like he's going to be out for Manly, which means we may have to make a few trades that we weren't anticipating. So with that in mind, let's get into it. Alrighty, so here is the team as it currently sits, and we've got a couple of concerns. So obviously Jolliffe is out and his 6 over here. We're hearing rumors that the Galvin is also under a little bit of pressure. It's been confirmed, as I said, that Kula is out. We do have Salmon coming back into the team, so that's pretty helpful this week. And Trey Fuller, as much as I would love to see him playing, unfortunately, with the hammer back in, he is out for this week, but should be amazing next week. So he's a little bit of a question mark, and we've got some decisions to make on, do we want to trade him? Now the other thing I need to be conscious of is I'm down to only 13 trades left, and I'm really not keen to use up all 3. In fact, I really only want to make 1, so it's really disappointing that Kula is out this week, and that's probably going to force my hand to get the 17 on the park. I'll probably need to make 2 changes. The changes that we're actually looking at are Jolliffe for Max King. I think that one is locked in. I've had that pretty much locked in for the week. We know Maxi King has a decent buy schedule, so he is a good move for Jolliffe. And I think just makes sense. You know, they're pretty much the same price. It's straight in, straight out. Yes, it's a trade we didn't want to have to make. Yes, we only bought Jolliffe in last week, but I can't carry him for, 12, 13 plus weeks, and we need to move on. The next trade I probably don't really want to make, and I'm really only kind of being forced into it because Kula is out this week. And without making 1 additional trade, I'm only going to have the 16 players on the park. And I think the reason that I'm looking at Fuller is, yes, he does play 13, and that's great, but he doesn't play 14. He'll play 16, maybe 17, and then he'll play 19. So at most, I reckon I've got 4, maybe 5 games. The reason that I'm hesitant is because he is still making us a truckload of cash. And I just know that if I punt him, then I'm not going to realize some of the gains that he is likely to make over the next 2 or 3 rounds that he is able to play. Having said that, though, Euan Aitken, he does give us some great flexibility with edge and center, but that doesn't come cheap. It's 722k. I would be upgrading a Fuller into a Euan Aitken. And the other thing that concerns me a little bit is that Euan Aitken, I think, scored about 46. That number is probably wrong, but it was definitely less than 50 last week at Magic Round. So we've got a couple of questions, especially with Connolly Lemu lurking on the bench for the Dolphins. So there's a couple of things to consider with this trade, and really keen to get your feedback in the comment section down below. So let's have a look at how that reshapes my team going into round 12. And you can see here there's a couple of movements. So obviously Maxi King coming in over here. Max Plath coming back onto the team. He was out for round 11 with the HIA. Ruben Cotter we get for 1 more week before State of Origin. Same as Harry Grant, 1 more week and then he will be off to State of Origin. Angus, we're kind of anticipating that he will go off to State of Origin as well. Iakura, well, he might be a trade out target in round 13 because obviously the Broncos are on the bye. I'm not 100% settled on Nicho Hynes as the captain this week. They are up against the Penny Panthers. Lockie Galvin is under a little bit of an injury cloud this weekend. Fingers crossed he can get through and make it into our teams, because otherwise we'll be back in the same dilemma of being down to 16 again this week. And of course, he is also not playing round 13, so that's something to watch. Ethan Strange, I'm happy to keep. I'm thinking about trading him round 14 when the Raiders are out on the bye. Iro continues to do Iro things. I'm really happy with him. We've got Joey Manu coming back from his HIA. I'm expecting a big one from Drinky this week, and Jacob Carraz rounds out our last wing fullback. Salmon, there's still a little bit of a question mark over his health and fitness after being out in round 11. Sammy Hughes, we're keeping him at least until round 13. McKaylee, really disappointed with this score, so hoping he can give me some really great coverage when Ruben Cotter is out, make us a little bit of money, and then we can move on. So the big decision that we're making this week is Fuller for Aitken, and I'm still not 100% sure that is an awesome decision. Fingers crossed that it works out if we decide to go down that road. Kula, like I said, we're hearing he is out this week, which is really disappointing. And I've got my Newcastle boys down here out on the bye. So there you go. Look, that's how my team is shaping up this week. I'm probably going to need a decent edge coming in for Angus Crichton next week. We do have Kai Pearce-Paul coming back for round 13. And I don't really want to be caught too short with someone like a Brendan Piakura. So if I make a move this week and pick up Ewan Aitken, that might give me the opportunity to upgrade a Piakura or even a Kai Pearce-Paul next week into a player that might be a little bit more sustainable for the run home. There's really only one other player that we are also considering, but I really don't need a wing fullback. But he does give us some flexibility with half, and that's KO Weeks. So I don't mind KO Weeks from a coverage point of view because he does cover, obviously, half and wing fullback. So he gives us some additional flexibility. And I do like a few of the dual option players that are around this week. So for me, it's really going to come down to, do I really need Ewan Aitken, or is KO Weeks the better buy, given that we know he has some big upward potential in money making? So there you go, guys. Look, let me know what you think. Really keen to get your feedback in the comment section down below. It's getting tough with all of these injuries, and obviously now we have to contend with the bye round as well. I think I'm fine for round 13. Round 14 is definitely a little bit trickier, but we should be okay. And then we start planning for round 16. So heaps of things to keep looking at, and I hope your team is shaping up really well. Again, good luck with your fantasy team, good luck with your super coach, and good luck with your tipping. And bring on the footy, guys. I'll see you all in the next video.